Okay, making hot toddy, it's really good for when you're feeling almost poorly but not quite. It's also really good for when you are poorly or if you just really fancy a hot toddy. I'm using my gorgeous vintage cocktail shaker. You can use whatever jug you like. I'm not expecting everyone to have one of these little beauties. If you have a Pyrex jug, that'll work just as well. But if you are using glass, it's a good idea to warm the glass first to make sure that when boiling water hits it, it doesn't smash everywhere. So to start off, the spices I'm going to be using, we've got a cinnamon stick, whole star anise, a clove, 8 black peppercorns, 2 discs of fresh root ginger. So all those spices have got anti-inflammatory properties and antiseptic properties, so technically they're all making you feel better. And then there's a teaspoon of sugar because it helps the medicine go down, and it's lovely. I've used a dark muscovado there, but you can use any dark brown sugar. Also I've got some whiskey, trusty whiskey, some lemon juice, and let's get going. So we're going to put the cinnamon stick in first, and the spices, and then going to add 6 tablespoons of, this is just off the boil, this water, so we want it hot enough to dissolve the sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a teaspoon of lemon juice. There we go. What I'm going to do now is just give it a little stir with the cinnamon stick. It smells delicious already. And then I'm going to let that stand for 5 minutes. I don't like putting boiling water into whiskey or whiskey into boiling water. And also it just gives a chance for all the spices to muddle through without you then having to keep them all in your glass, because having a mouthful of spices can be a bit off-putting sometimes. So I'm just going to leave that for 5 minutes now. Yeah, well, that looks lovely and dissolved. All the sugar's dissolved there. You can't feel anything on the bottom anymore. So just pop that out for a moment. I'm going to use this lovely old vintage cocktail strainer. I'm not sure how effective it's going to be with the black peppercorns, but we'll give it a go. Otherwise, just use a small sieve. That's not a problem. I'm going to get into a small glass, which I've got 2 very thin slices of lemon in, because you can't get enough lemon when you're poorly. So pour it in. Will there be a peppercorn? Let's see. So far, so good. Heavens to Betsy, I think I've actually done it. That's amazing. No one's more surprised than I am. Right, so pop that back in there, and we need 2 tablespoons of whiskey. So that's 30 ml. So it is quite a boozy one, but I suppose the booze is actually going to help you sleep if you are feeling poorly. So a bit of a stir. Ta-da! Hot toddy. I know it looks dreadfully brown, but think of all the goodness that's in there for you.